Welcome to this week's edition of Mainly Motorsports. And baby, we're here on the grounds of Oxford Plains Speedway. It's Sunday morning, it's 250 day. Amy, it's your first, last year you were at Disney World. So
yeah.
This is like Disney World. I mean, what has been your impression here this weekend?
It's been crazy. I went 2 years ago, which was surprisingly my first Oxford 250, and there are just people everywhere. There's cars everywhere, excitement in the air. I didn't get to do a full weekend last time, so went last night, some exciting racing action, and just people are just really excited about the weekend, and it's been really great so far.
Oh, it's been crazy, and some of the big stories this weekend. Johnny Clark. He has made a statement every single day of practice, every single round of practice. He is one of the top guys right now. Happy, so happy. Spent some time with his dad last night. Said, man, so relaxed. We got a good piece. Reed Lampher, one of the pre-race favorites every single year, pulled out of here on Saturday, went back to the shop. Jeff Taylor, same thing. You know, these guys, this race is too important to take a chance of not qualifying, so they need to show up with the best thing they got. And if you're wondering why I got my shades on, I look a little tired. Last night, took a tour around the facility at 2, 3 in the morning, and yeah, I'm too old for that.
Yeah.
But Stacy Brown and I, she wanted to be, she wants your job, by the way, but she's not going to have your job. But I called her the co-host for the night. Didn't take a camera with us, and we went around to a lot of the campsites and asked these guys their thoughts and who was going to win this race. And we had names all over the board. Obviously, the Nick Sweets. We heard Curtis Gary. We heard Bubba Paulus. We heard Johnny Clark. We heard Ben Rowe. We heard Derek Griffin. Okay? You know who we heard the most about winning this race?
Who's that?
Joey Pole.
Yeah.
Joey Pole with the camp and the crowd. Now, you know if you're out at 2:30, 3 o'clock on the Sunday morning, there's probably a lot of alcohol involved in a lot of these stops that we made. But Joey Pole was the consensus. You know, there was probably 12 or 14 names we heard throughout our stops, but every stop we made, he was mentioned. So a lot of favorites. I think that's what the big thing here this weekend is. I consider 35 to 40 podium potential cars that are here on the grounds going to compete today.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's so many faces that you see, and you're like, okay, this guy could win, but this guy could win too. Like you said, like Joey Pole, he's had a lot of success in the ACT Tour lately. He won down at Richmond and won the Oxford 250 couple years back, handful of years back, and he's been better than ever this year, seemingly winning or finishing top 5 everywhere he races. And he's been really exciting to watch. Great guys too, which is great to have a great team of people behind you. And we were talking with Louie before to start taping, and one thing that's very important in this race is pit stops. And sometimes Oxford 250 is known for pit stops making a break in the race. And Cassius Clark, he said last night when the racing got over, was just practicing pit stops over and over and over again.
This is going to be a great day. We're looking for those feel-good stories. I love those feel-good stories, and I'm just going to throw a few names out to you. Dan Winter.
Oh yeah, he did great in
John
first practice.
Peters. You know, how cool would it be to see those guys in the starting field? You know, they're not a fan. You know, I just say a fan favorite. They're not a favorite to win this race, but you know, for them to be in the starting field for this race, that's what this race is all about. And where we're pitted, well, where we're starting and taping this week's show, I pitted back here in 1997. And we were running 4th with 50 to go and got caught up in a wreck with some lap cars. So to think that you could come here with a Saturday night team and a Saturday night budget, buy some extra tires and compete and try to end up in a top 10 at Oxford 250, that's a great thing. So there's a lot of feel-good stories out there we're pulling for. There's the heavy hitters. There's the Johnny Clarks trying to win it for the first time. Cassius Clark trying to win it. DJ Shaw for the whole Shaw family. You got guys like Benji, you got guys like Travis, you got guys like Eddie Mack trying to add it their third, tie themselves with Dion Nason and Mike Rowe. So there's a lot of stories out of here. But before we go to break, Amy, it's not just about the big show. All these support divisions that are here on this weekend, being a part of it. And last night I watched the Classic Lights, and we watched a guy win his first ever Classic Light race in front of the biggest crowd he's probably ever going to race in front of this year. And so emotional, so exciting for the whole team. They're big race fans, big race supporters. and that's Tom Howard. So we want to show a few little highlights and hear his victory lane speech. And congratulations to him from all of us here at Mainely Motorsports. And it don't get no bigger than winning on 250 weekend. So enjoy Tom's little victory lane and little footage of Tom, and we'll take a break after that, and we'll be back here on Mainely Motorsports.
I'm Melinda. My husband Steve and I operate E-Keys for Cars in Saco. E-Keys is family-owned with over 20 years in the car key business. Need an extra key? We promise to provide the best quality at a good price. Walk-ins are always welcome with no appointment ever needed. You'll be in and out in minutes. And yes, E-Keys still handles emergencies. But why wait? E-Keys for Cars, Route 1 on the Auto Mile in Saco.
E-Keys for Cars.
Saturday night, September 7th, the O'Reilly Auto Parts Night of Fire. Presented by the New Hampshire Lottery. A night so big we started at 3 p.m. with funny cars and dragsters making their last chance run at the NHRA Division 1 title. Plus, jet dragsters and lots more. Saturday night. Gates open at 1. Show your non-winning New Hampshire Lottery ticket for a $5 discount at the gate. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Night of Fire. Free parking. And every ticket is a pit pass. Tickets and info right now at NewEnglandDragway.com.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by LKQ Core. Any part, any repair, anywhere. Located on Route 202 in Gorham. Wiscasset Speedway, Maine's biggest and fastest, with $5 admission every weekend and loads of family fun. Check us out at WiscassetSpeedway.com.
Well, welcome back to Mainely Motorsports, and we always talk heavyweight fights. The Oxford 250 is a heavyweight championship bout, but they always have some undercard race, events on those heavyweight championship bouts. And Saturday night here, the undercard was absolutely phenomenal. The American Canadian Tour, which for years was very involved in this race. The Tri-Track Open Modified Series, on the ground. This place was jam-packed. Biggest Saturday night crowd I think I've ever seen here to watch the ACT race and the Tri-Track mods. So, man, it's just, do you sense the excitement in me?
Oh yeah, I do. Oh, you've been nothing but smiling all day. And speaking of the Tri-Track mods, another Dream Ride race for Jake last night, and you made a big announcement this year about how the Dream Ride's going. So
Friday night, I missed everything that went on down here as I traveled down to Farmington, Connecticut, as the Dream Ride. That's when it is, that weekend. And they were all hell-bent on me coming down and all excited. And well, now I know why, as I was presented the 2019 Community Award for the Hometown Foundation, and pretty touching to hear you, Brick, Lisa, Ray, Jake, people involved, Ken Minor, know how much I put into this and really made it happen. And it's been with a lot of help. Hear your kind words in that. So it was pretty emotional. We'll show the whole thing that they did on an upcoming show. But today's 250 day. But the Dream Ride this weekend with Jake's 12th place finish last night, that put us at our $70,000. Well, obviously, we haven't collected all the money. There's still some to come in. We still have some races. But we hit the $70,000. So help from a lot of great people, a lot of great sponsors, gold, silver, bronze level, platinum. People just stepped up. The fundraisers that took place at Wiscasset, Bentley's, and Star. So pretty excited. But it's about the 250.
It's about 250.
We're going to show you some ACT highlights and some Tri-Track Open Modified Racing highlights from Saturday night, 250 weekend. This is something next year, if you are not here, you are missing out. You need to be here.
football fans, have we got a deal for you? VIP Tour and Charter Bus Company is offering round-trip transportation to Gillette Stadium to watch the New England Patriots make another run for the Super Bowl. Ride in style knowing we're doing the driving. So if you've got a ticket, we've got your ride. It doesn't get any better than that. Just log on to VIPChartercoaches.com, click on the Browse Book Tour button, and book your trip today. It's that simple. Relax and leave the driving to us, and we'll leave the tailgating to you.
About quarter two, Trav, you're already qualified for the Oxford 250. And those little shades of the old Trav up there, 3 wide, making passes, but you made it happen. You made it happen real quick.
Yeah, I didn't really know what to do. There's so many good cars, you know, and in the heat race, 20 laps, and everybody's got new tires, everybody's so close, but I think that was the only place I could go, and we made it work.
What do you think now, feature time? I mean, what do you have? Do you got a strategy? Do you going to play it by ear? You got a car capable of leading laps early, or are you going to be patient?
We'll be patient, you know, that's the key to this race. You got to be there lap 250. I would like to lead a bunch, you know, get some lap money, but like I said, that lap 250 is the most important, and hopefully we're there at the end.
Pretty prestigious list with 3 wins. You're looking to add your name, and we all want to wish you the best of luck, you and Peter Pettit Motorsports. You got a lot of supporters this week. Talk about some of the people stepping up to get you guys here.
Yeah, you know, Peter, can't thank him enough, my family, all these guys that work on this car, all my sponsors. I can't list them, I got so many of them. I got to thank each and every one. Thank you, Perry, for sponsoring us this weekend, and we'll see what happens.
All right, that's Travis Benjamin. Going to roll off, I believe, 11th here at the Oxford 250. All right, Hot Rod Hopkins, I mean, you've got a hot rod here, and you showed that a bad draw, if you've got a good car, doesn't matter. You made the show.
Yeah, we made the show. I mean, I can't thank the guys that help me every week, and Jeff Taylor and Distant Racing. I mean, we've been off and then we've been back, and we've tried a bunch of different stuff, and we've tried to make it so we could stay consistent. We weren't at the top of the charts all day, but we were in the top 10 all weekend long, and just made it a bottom feeder. And if there was a hole, we made it happen, and just good not have to race that last chance race and work the hard way.
Yeah, no, absolutely, because you know those last chance races in the consies, things start to get rougher. So it's good for your guys that have been here all week, working, get a little break here and just prepare for the race. And now you talk strategy, correct?
Well, that's the plan. I mean, we've been here since Thursday, most of us, and obviously didn't practice or do nothing on Thursday, but we've been here, so it makes for a long weekend. But no, we're just kind of nut and bolting and making a plan to free it up a little bit more, because I think it's going to tighten up as it goes, and how we're going to pit and who we have to help us in the infield. And you know, that pitting stuff only happens once a year, so you know, it's new to everybody.
What would winning this race mean to you, Mike?
I'd say I retire, but I doubt it, because there's still a couple national races left. But it would be huge. Anytime you could win the Oxford 250, I mean, it's been around for, you know, this is a 46th annual, and I'd be $25,000 richer, which I'd never be ahead still, but it'd be nice to feel like I was ahead for one night.
All right, well, we wish you the best of luck.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Well, Reed, this year's 250 has been so different than the ones in years past. You rolled in here. It's no secret you guys struggled. You pulled out of here Saturday, go back to the shop, but now you're in the show, so it must have been a huge sigh of relief when that check had fell.
For sure, we didn't know what to think. 2 days of practice, kind of like everybody. We look at the times, get ourselves all freaked out, make too many changes, and we just took a deep breath, put it back to square one, and started over today, and it's working out okay. The car's decent, with definitely room for improvement, fourth in the heat, so we're happy to be in there for sure. That's a big sigh of relief.
No, absolutely. To get in through the heat process, not have to go to the consi, not have to get worried. That's when we saw a couple of the heats were pretty rough, but yours was pretty uneventful, and as you go further into the process of trying to qualify for the 250, it can take that rough turn, but you guys got in. I know you guys are working hard, and you got a lot of support down here in Team 59.
Absolutely, got to thank Team EJP, Mission Trailers, Eastern Township Docks, Mainly Batteries, Fastway Trailer Products, and Scotch Recreation.
All right, good luck, Reed.
Thank you.
All right, Derek, we talk about this racetrack and how tough it is, but boy, you look like you guys have brought your best piece ever to the Oxford 250.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. We started second in that heat race, and we were a lot better once we fell into second than Trevor. And to win the race, the heat race at least, over the man, you know, Curtis Jerry, that means a lot to us. We struggled so much here, and you know, last few weeks have been really big for us. We've made a lot of progress with this car here, and I think finally we have a little bit of momentum and some speed, and we're starting finally. I don't think I've ever started better than like 20th here out of any past race ever. So we're starting, you know, top 5. We got everything's brewing. It's going the right direction right now, so I couldn't be happier right now.
Yeah, and confidence must be at an all-time high here for LCM Motorsports. You know, with this race, Louis tried to win it before, and you know, you guys have been involved for so many years. And do you feel like this is your best shot?
Out of previous, yes, for sure. It's really our best shot at an Oxford race in general. So to have that happen at the 250 weekend is like, man, we're happy. You know, everything's working out really well this weekend. We've had the same driving car since Friday. You know, we practiced on old tires all weekend, and we're still fast. Like I said, everything's kind of just gelling, working right now, and we get some speed going. So that's you know, huge for us. We're pretty happy.
Absolutely. Well, we wish you the best of luck, and love to be talking to you into the night here.
Sure. I'd love to see you guys.
All right, that's Derek Griffith, driver of the 12G.
Thank you.
All right, Johnny, you were quick all weekend long. You owned the speed charts. So you went out in the heat and you made a statement. Starting at the back, setting 3 wide, and driving all the way to the front. And looked like the car freed up, but that was, everybody knows now that 54, it's not a fluke.
It's been a whirlwind since Friday, unloading, and just the speed's been there, the car's good. You know, I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to overthink the heat race, starting so deep in the field, and my father-in-law was the one who put my window net up, and he said, do what instinct tells you. So instinct tells me that I got a slow outside lane, I got to go 3 wide, and I can't believe the cars we picked off there in the first couple laps and got ourselves in a qualifying position. But I was going for the pole, man, or the heat win.
Yeah, no, and there's some good cars here. You know, the cars that have been fast all week showed the same speed in the heat. So what do you do now to set yourself apart and be that guy that's standing at the top of the hill at the end of 250 laps?
We got to tighten it back up, get it back to where it was. But man, this is, you know, there's not a cloud in the sky here. It's beautiful, and this hot sun beating down on the track, I think it caught us by surprise a little bit. We'll tighten it up, and I think once the sun goes down, we're going to have a car to be reckoned with tonight.
You know, I've been watching you all weekend, and you know, you're just standing still now, but there's been a little bit of bounce back in the Johnny Clark step. That was a bounce that I remember 5, 6, 10 years ago, and we haven't seen that bounce in a while. And this weekend at Oxford, Johnny, we're seeing that bounce again, and got to be great for you, the family, and the entire team.
This is how it's supposed to go. This has been a lot of fun, and the guys deserve it. We've worked so hard, man. Keep getting beat, and you know, this is exactly what we needed. We needed some confidence, and we got it going into the big race.
Well, Alan, let's see if you can bounce your way to the top of the hill and meet with me later on tonight as the winner of the 46th annual Oxford 250.
Sure hope so.
All right, Alan, you've come to this race, and you know the pressure that mounts weeks before you show up at Oxford to try to make this event. And as soon as they dropped the green, you knew you had to get to the front, and you did in a big way. So talk about this 9T today and all the work that's gone in to make it as fast as it is.
Man, this car, we've been off the last couple of years with this thing, and we had to, we went back to the chassis builder, Distance Racing Products, and we got this thing pointing back in the right direction, and they put the setup back in it, and it's just a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of money for this 3-day event, and you know, the guys, we never give up, and with the guidance of the chassis builder, I think we got this thing pointing in the right direction. The draw wasn't all that great. We started 9th in Heat 5, so I had a lot of work cut out, only taking the top 5, so I had to make things happen, and unfortunately I got into Kelly Moore. He got a little loose off 2 at the beginning of the race, and I got good drive off turn 2, and I got up to his door, and he was coming back down, and I tried checking up for him, and we got together and he spun, and I felt bad, and I wanted to talk it out with him, but I guess today's not a good day to talk about it with him. But with that going forward, the car was really good, and we settled out in the 3rd groove, passed a few cars, settled in the 3rd, and we ended up 2nd. And got a little work to do to get the car ready for the race, a couple little adjustments we need to make, but we're just planning, hopefully we have a good finish.
And let's face it, with 40 cars out there running, you can need a car that works in all 3 grooves to make way to the front, especially after the pit stop. And the 9T looks like it's capable of doing that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the 3rd groove, when I raced up here and won the championship 2 years ago, we had this old girl in the 3rd groove weekly, and it's just a lot of fun when the car works out there. And you got to make, with that many cars, you got to make options, because when you got guys riding side by side, you can't dictate what line's going to go. So when you can actually use the 3rd groove, there's not a lot of cars that actually go out there. So it's basically free real estate, and hopefully the car will be good enough to use that a little bit tonight.
No, that's a great analogy. So we wish you the best of luck, and we'd love to be talking to you guys the end of the night as podium finishes.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
For a trusted name in residential and commercial site work in the southern Maine area, call Peter Pettit Excavating. We can handle everything from the complete house lot to those nasty water and sewer line repairs. Septic systems are another area that we specialize in. During the snow season, Pettit Excavating has the equipment to handle any size job.
And when the race season arrives, be sure to follow the number 7 Hewitt's Family Restaurant Chevrolet on the past Super Late Model Tour.
Call 207-282-9305 to get the job done right. That's Peter Pettit Excavating.
Our family has been in business since 1972. I'm Johnny Wolf. I personally drive and state inspect every vehicle we sell. 21st Century Motors now offers low-rate credit union financing and first-time buyer programs. We have a large selection of vehicles starting at $49.90. Quality vehicles and guaranteed repairs. Come see why more than 50% of our business is repeat or referral. Visit us today on Route 25 in Gorham, Maine, or online at 21stcenturymaine.com.
From our family to your family.
Saturday night, September 7th, the O'Reilly Auto Parts Night of Fire. Presented by the New Hampshire Lottery. A night so big we started at 3 p.m. with funny cars and dragsters making their last chance run at the NHRA Division 1 title. Plus, jet dragsters and lots more. Saturday night. Gates open at 1. Show your non-winning New Hampshire Lottery ticket for a $5 discount at the gate. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Night of Fire. Free parking. And every ticket is a pit pass. Tickets and info right now at NewEnglandRagway.com.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by
Scotch Recreation. Whether you're thinking about your first camper or looking to upgrade your current one, Scotch Recreation can help you. Get both our Route 202 Manchester and our Route 4 Turner locations and online at scotchrecreation.com.
Bentley Saloon, Route 1 in Arundel. Stop by and see why me and my friends say, who has more fun than us? We do.
Well, welcome back to Mainly Motorsports, and we're here with a runner-up finisher. And third place finisher. Probably would have been runner-up if didn't have that last restart. But this race is so tough. You can come in with any plans you want, and it just goes astray. And at one point, it looked like things were falling into your lap.
Yeah, it kind of did really for a while there. We got up to 6th or so and fell back on a restart early and kind of clawed my way back up there and got back about to 6th, and then everybody pitted, and that was our plan from the get-go, was to take rights around lap 80 to 100, and it kind of worked out perfect, and for whatever reason we decided not to, and we were the first ones, so we got to lead some laps, and it went a little bit longer than we would have liked to have seen, but we're just starting to get chewed up by the guys that pitted, and caught the caution again, was able to get 4 and be on the same strategy as the rest of them, and charged through the field, and just the long green run had gone just right to the end. I think maybe we could have caught Travis. I don't know, we could have passed him, but definitely had second secure. But cautions didn't help us, but top 3 in the 250, can't complain.
No, absolutely, and obviously a good day for Dale Shaw race cars. But Travis, this race is so different than where it was maybe 10 years ago, where now you got to have a car that works in all 3 lanes. Yeah. You got to be ready to go. We saw that in the heats today. We saw it in the feature. Some guys, they just got to go. And Travis, he used that 3rd groove tonight, like Travis of old. Yeah. And you're one of the guys. You don't stray out there. You're a traditionalist.
Not often. Kind of you got to in lap traffic a little bit, but our car it was just too free up there. We tried to leave it extra tight this week because we've just been getting loose here every time, and it worked for the most part. I wouldn't want to start any tighter, but it's still, to run the top, it needed to be tighter. So I don't really know where we got to go next to get it a little better in all the grooves, but made it work for the most part on the bottom. Just
just didn't have everything quite fall our way, and you know, to win these races, it's got to be perfect.
Oh,
You got to have a good car and all the luck, and everything worked out just a little bit wrong, but you know, a little bit different circumstances, and we could be having the big trophy. But you know, all in all, still a good day, better than maybe I expected starting the race, but you know, once it got going, I realized that the car was better than I thought it would be on the long runs especially, and you know, good solid day all around.
Where do you think the 7 was better than the 60 for the last 50 laps or so?
Seemed like just short runs. I just couldn't fire off, and you know, it seemed to take 20 laps or so before I got better. It took probably 15 before it evened out, and 20 before I was better, and just when there's a caution with 14 to go and then there's more, it doesn't fall your way.
Do you ever worry that you may never win this race? And I know you're still young, so it's kind of a dumb question, but we got guys like Johnny, Jeff, Kelly, you know what I mean? And this is what's crazy, your dad, all those guys. And this race is so hard to win, and we got 4 guys now that have won it 3 times.
It's tough. It's unbelievably tough, and you know, I think across the nation, it's going to be noted how tough it is, because you know, I can't remember the last time the 26 went multiple laps down. That's a testament to the competition up here for sure, because they're a top-notch team everywhere, and just to win this race once would be unbelievable. Just all the stars have to align. Tonight wasn't our night, but makes you hungrier next year. We were in the hunt, and we'll be ready next year.
That's when you roll out of here tonight. You know, you just cleared tech, and I think that's got to be a little solace when you roll out of here tonight. You finished on the podium at the biggest track in our region, one of the biggest races in the country.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, there's nothing to hang your head about, but yeah, you want those last 2 spots.
Yeah, it just, I was just telling one of my guys, it's bittersweet. You're not disappointed with the way the day went, but, you know, we're just there with our little trophy and Travis's whole team and family, and they're all hooting and hollering, and, you know, they just won our Daytona 500, and, you know, you can see in the atmosphere of Victory Lane how special this is, and it just makes you want it that
tonight
bad.
was what it was all about. I mean, that group, the little kid from Laurel, Maine, and all of them, and Pettit, who's put so much into it. 3 weeks ago, I was talking to Travis, and we were saying, we might need a provisional to get in this race, as bad as they have run this year. And they know they've run bad, 1 top 5, but sometimes it's easier to accomplish when you come in as you're not the favorite, you're not nobody's looking at you. No, you don't have the big crowd hanging around. Everybody's not your friend, because you're don't have a shot to win. So that's never you, because you always come here as one of the pre-race favorites, and I'm sure you're going to get one. You know what I mean? You just
hopefully
it's tough.
We'll keep trying.
No, absolutely. And congratulations, podium, 3rd place, Oxford 250, and you know, doesn't get much better than that.
Nope, only 2 spots.
All right. We'll take a break, and we'll come back here with Derek Griffith.
Servicing differentials is virtually impossible. The confined space makes fill holes difficult to reach, and industry-standard conical bottles are rigid and hard to squeeze. That combination makes for a messy job. Plus, you can't get all of the gear lube out of the bottle, so you have to buy more than you need to complete the job. And engineering your own solution only results in disaster. Not anymore. Introducing the new AMSOIL Easy Pack. Easily access hard-to-service differentials. Easily squeeze out all of the contents. And easily stay clean while you do it. No more leftover fluid or inconvenient rigid bottles. No more trouble reaching difficult fill holes. No more mess. AMSOIL Severe Gear in the new Easy Pack, the solution to all your problems.
Another first from AMSOIL. For a stocking dealer nearest you, call toll-free 877-761-8375 or visit fourseasonsynthetic.com.
Wow. What a great 250 we just witnessed. And we're here with our runner-up finisher, Derek Griffith. And man, so close. Not so close.
Definitely close. You know, we talked about it all weekend. This place has just beat the crap out of us for 5-6 years. To finally be on par with these guys and run all right, that means the world. Especially, I couldn't do it at a better time. We knew after 2 weeks ago when we finished 6th that we had a good car. We had something to work off of. that car has been so responsive to changes. It's just been absolutely awesome. I can't thank the Fury guys enough. They worked their butts off all weekend. We made a lot of changes. It was, like I said, responded really well, and we ended up where we ended up. I think, mostly because they made the right changes and hit it at the right times. And my guys with Harbor Freight Jackson electric Home Depot Ryobi guns, got the job done today. I couldn't be more proud of them.
It's a race where the pit stops and the strategy, you can lay it out perfect and say it's got to do this, it's got to do that, but the race dictates itself,
Yeah, for sure. We actually, like I said, we had those electric guns. We had to borrow quick sockets off the bubble before the race because we didn't have any quick sockets. So it was interesting to see some of the guys take their pit stops late. Sweet and Cardiff really kind of played their cards a little differently, and I don't think it really helped them. I think they were both really good. It just they did it too late.
I think what happened is they pitted early, worked their way back to the front, and they had 2 tires left. And I think, and this is just me, I would have to talk to them. When they came and nobody else came, they were done. They were done. If they'd had 20 other cars come and they would have gained those, but nobody came, nobody else, no lap cars. So they came out and restarted in the 30s with 60 laps to go.
And only 2 tires.
And only 2 tires, and all you guys up front are already there. And you drove a great methodical race, and you stayed patient when you needed to. You got aggressive when you needed to, and put yourself in position with a restart with 4 to go to win the Oxford 250. I mean, that's how big's that for the little team out of Tingsboro?
It means so much. Just like I said, this place is just, I usually don't have fun here. I had so much fun tonight. Everything kind of played in the cards right for us. We were just 1 spot short. Travis and his team were just hooked up. They were just good tonight. We don't get a car like that often. We had one. Hell yeah, we don't get a car often like I had one tonight. So we got a really good short run car, especially on restarts. I was really good on the bottom. But like you said, I mean, it kind of worked up a methodical race. It was so tough because it'd be like I'd gain like 10 spots and then I'd lose 5 spots, and then gain 10 spots and lose 5 spots. It was just like back and forth. Once I got shoved up to that outside, it's like we got racing with the same people over and over again. It's good to be racing with guys like Cassius and Cole and all those guys because they're not going to run you. They're super rough. Like I said, cards played out. I think we have a lot of momentum going forward to the next few races.
No, that's big. That's big, and so exciting. As we've talked numerous times about the struggles that you've had at Oxford, you bought cars that hopefully would make things better for you. Now you've got one car, you use it everywhere, and to come in here, 60 of the best. Talking to Bubba, I mean, we just blown away by the level of competition up here, the quality of the competition, and she had 60 of the best Super Late Model teams in all of New England, including one of the best in the entire country. And you roll out here and you get beat by one guy that knows how to win this race. He's won it 3 times now. Just a phenomenal weekend for you guys.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you anymore. It's crazy to see a guy like Bubba show up and win last year. This year, not even really good.
Not even, yeah.
I think that's a real testament on how tough this race is. I'd rather be lucky than good a lot of the times, and we had a lot of luck with us tonight. And we had a good car and everything. Luck plays a big part. We left my career about 2015, and we were probably right around the same time. I was training you guys that are doing it together. We can all ride out and like I said, I can't thank my guys enough. It's a long weekend. We had a lot of fun all weekend. I'm very, very, very happy with how we finished. We're the bridesmaids, second years, and for us.
Oh, absolutely. Now, how'd the spotter do tonight? Just because as I was out, I was touring the facility at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and we were fake interviewing people because we didn't have a camera, but they were all obliviated, so they didn't know what we stuck in their face. And we come across this lady, and we were asking these group who's going to win tomorrow, and she said, "All right, Griffin." And I said, "Really? Shouldn't you be in bed?" Yeah. So, and when you talk about fun, it was so fun, and that's what it's all about. I mean, it's obviously good to roll out here with a runner-up finish, but you guys are a small group. You're a family-owned team with Louie and Dolly, they might as well be family.
Yeah,
you know?
they
so,
are.
So this is going to help you finish the year strong, and you've had that taste. It's right there. So now you know what it takes to win this race. You've got many more opportunities, and I'm sure one of these years you will grab it.
Yeah, I sure hope so. And as you talk back on the fun, Friday night we had a blast out in the campground. Me, Bubba, and a bunch of other people were swimming in the hotel pool at 2 o'clock in the morning.
It's still. I know it's a business now. Even short track racing is a business, but it's nice when you got those teams that can kind of kick back, lay back, and just enjoy themselves. So, congratulations from all of us here at Mainely Motorsports. And one of these times, you're going to be the big cheese after one of these events, and I can feel it. So, Derek Griffith, runner-up, the 46th annual Oxford 250. And we'll take a break, and we come back. We're going to Pettit Camp.
Wiscasset Speedway, west on the road. Wiscasset is celebrating 50 years as the fastest track in the state of Maine. Join us for great events all season long, like the Coastal 200 and the Boss Hog 150, plus visits from NEMA, the 350, Smack Supermods, Nell Car Legends, and more. For complete details, go to WiscassetSpeedway.com or find us and like us on Facebook. Wiscasset Speedway, celebrating 50 years as Maine's biggest and fastest.
You don't have to wait until the end of camping season to get your best price. Hi, I'm Scott from Scott's Recreation. We're starting our end of season sale now. We have over 300 campers in stock and every unit is on sale. Even the 2020s. Up to $16,000 off travel trailers. Up to $30,000 off fifth wheels and motorhomes. Up to $40,000 off toy haulers. Ask about our bi-weekly payment program to save you even more money. Financing available. Trades welcome.
Scott's Recreation, Turner and Manchester, Maine.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by
Four Seasons Synthetic. See them for all your AMSOIL product needs.
Moody's Collision Centers, now with 7 convenient locations. Gorham, Scarborough, Biddeford, Portland, Sanford, Lewiston, and now South Portland. Visit us at moodyscollision.com.
Welcome to Mainly Motorsports.
To order a copy of this show, send a check or money order for $15, including shipping and handling to Mainly Motorsports, 2 Main Street, Suite 17-103, Biddeford, Maine, 04005. And please add the show number in the description of the show.
We just talked to the co-crew chief, Shaggy.
He made some great calls tonight.
Dude.
He told me the rear end was important if I put a new rear end in the car this weekend. And guess what? I did.
Did you listen to Shaggy?
Yeah, I listened to Shaggy.
Oh, my God.
That was the difference.
Listen, the kid from Morrill, Maine, took over the seat from his dad, Ronnie, years ago, right? Now when they talk about this race, they talk Benjamin, Dion, Nason, Rowe. I mean, what does that sound like? I mean, that's phenomenal.
Yeah, that's crazy. I really honestly haven't won very many races in my career, and to have 3 of these is, there's just no words to explain it.
No, and it's such a hard race to win. Such a hard race to win, and you've done it 3 times. And we're not done yet.
I know. For the year we've had, I mean, these guys just worked their tails off and just great calls in the pits. You know, at the beginning of this race, I didn't think we were. At one point, I'm like, we were 9th. I think there's like 100 laps to go, and I was pretty happy. I was like, top 10 in this race this year is going to be a pretty good day for us. And then once we put those, we made those adjustments in the pits, and that thing was fast.
Oh, absolutely. You just chewed them up. And we talked, what was it, 3 weeks ago, I called you up the store, and we were just talking about this race and talking about how you struggled this year everywhere, particularly here. And, never in your wildest dreams did you expect this to happen.
A month ago, no, not at all. And then we started racing here a little bit, and every time we come here, we've gotten faster. I'm telling you what, every time we've come and raced, we got a 10th faster every time. At the beginning of the year, we were in the 9s, and we were in the 4s and 3s and 4s there the other day. So every time we've come here, we got faster. So a week ago, I believe that we could be in contention for it, and with these guys, they bust their butts, they make some great calls. I knew once we put those tires on, I was pretty confident we could win it.
Now, this was Peter Pettit. You gave him his first win. We're going to talk to Peter, but I want to talk about a couple other people. I mean, your crew's been with you, but your Uncle Bruce on the radio, 3 of these with you. Your dad. I mean, this is big for the family.
Oh, it's huge for the family. You know, my father, he's awesome. He bought his first car for $500, and you know, when I told him I wanted to race, he gave it up. And you know, like my uncle, I would have quit way earlier in the season, but he's the one who keeps pushing us to go. And Peter Pettit and his whole group, holy moly! We've had our ups and downs. You know, when I first started driving for these guys, I don't think we finished the race the first 4 weeks. And he looks at me, he's like, "Don't give up on me." And I'm like, I'm thinking he's gonna give up on me. So it was pretty cool. And yeah, he told me he's gonna quit if he won one. The bastard better not.
I don't think he's going to quit. I don't think Shaggy will let him quit. And by the way, will somebody shoot the peanut galley? You know, but no, I want to talk to Bruce. I want to talk to your dad. I want to talk to Peter because this is huge. We usually bring you on the set and all that, but man, you just won this race for the 3rd time. This is a big deal. Big crowd, a lot of people behind you. I mean, I was standing at the finish for the last 20 laps, and I was listening. Everybody was cheering for Travis Benjamin. You know, I mean, you had a big fan following over there, and you've grown up through the sport. You've done it all the right ways, and now you're back on top where you belong, where this team belongs, and we're really proud of you and proud to be a part of what you guys do. And, oh, by the way, I don't know if you heard the deal, right?
Yeah, I heard the deal. Hell yeah.
So the deal
I was thinking that.
The deal is, right, because I go up and see you guys, and I mow the lawn up at Belfast Key Bank, right? Ronnie says when I went up. Yeah, Ronnie says when I saw him the first time was, well, they don't have a lawn. I said, well, don't tell the company I work for that sends me up here. So we reach out to these guys, and Peter's been a longtime friend of mine, and Greg does business with us, and we buy him a set of tires every year. And this year we gave him a little extra incentive. I think it's in here, $700 check. That's what it started out as, but we didn't fill it out because we said to Travis, you finish 2nd or 3rd in this race, we'll double it. You win this race, we'll triple it. So if anybody's got a pen, I'm going to fill this out for $2,100. And so LST Landscaping, they're true racers. And yeah, you're next, Peter. So LST Landscaping, Ryan and Rod, they big supporters of racing in a whole, big supporters of me. And whenever I tell them something to do, they back me 100%. And we were glad to do this. And we were hoping, we talked, he's been in the Bahamas, and we talked, I think it was Wednesday. He said, you got the check? He said, yeah. He said, man, I hope you write it for $2,100. I really do. And I said, no, I do too. And so I'm going to finish filling it out. And good job to you, and we're proud to be a part of it and carry the LSC colors on that number 7 as it wins its 3rd Oxford 250. So we're going to take a break, and we come back. We're going to go get the rest of this peanut galley, and shit's about to start happening here. We've already had Shaggy. We'll see if we can get him at the end. You know, I don't know. I'm surprised. Who brought him anyway? Who brought Shaggy?
The sad part is he's got to keep coming.
Oh, I know. Well, every team's got a mascot. We'll get him a costume. We'll get a Shaggy costume. So we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with some more people that made this all possible. For the kid from Morrill, Maine, the 3-time Oxford 250 winner.
Legendary race car driver Bentley Warren is putting Arundel on the map. When Bentley's Saloon opened in 2004, it was just a little bar room on the side of the road. Today we have a giant saloon with live music, dancing, and great food and drink indoors and out. We're always looking to meet new friends and have a good old time. There's always something exciting going on at Bentley's. That's why we like to say, who has more fun than us? We do!
Patman's Redemption and Agency Liquor Store is located at 95 Tanberg Trail in Windham, Maine. With over 400 feet of hard liquor and 15 doors of ice-cold beer and soda, Patman's can handle all of your beverage needs. And if it's wine on your agenda, we have over 300 varieties in stock. Then when the party's over, Patman's can handle all of your Maine returnables, and we welcome all bottle drives. And if you're late for the race, drop off the bottles and pick up the cash at your convenience.
Hey, this is Pat Man himself, just letting you know that Pat Man's is your one-stop shop for all your thirsty needs.
Ronnie, did you bring Shaggy?
No, I didn't.
You didn't bring, he's not one of yours, right?
But I knew who he was when he showed up.
Oh, yeah. So, Ronnie, we talked after Travis won, I think, his 2nd, and you never dreamed of this day would come, and, 3.
I know it. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's I don't know. I don't even know what to say, to be honest with you, but my biggest thing is I'm so happy for Peter and this crew, because they've put a lot of effort into this deal, and we kind of struggled this year, but Trav's been doing all the work at the shop, and I tell you what, I look out my window 11 o'clock at night, and they're still out there working, trying to figure it out. And we got a little better at the end of the year here, and we got a little better, and I'm thinking, wow, I think we might have a shot at this. We're going to be a contender. You know, if we're there at the end, we might have a shot at this, and that's exactly what happened, so I'm happy.
Pretty excited to take a trophy home finally?
I got the trophy in my car already.
I was telling him if he didn't get one this weekend, I'd give him a participation trophy, but you got a big one.
I got a good participation.
You got a good one, Ronnie. So congratulations, the family from Morrill, Maine, now on the same level of those three icons, all Hall of Famers.
I'm getting texts from Rhode Island, one of our crew chiefs, when Trav started down there. He said exactly those words. He says, now you're going to be mentioned with the top 3 or 4 in the racing community,
No, and I know there's a couple other Benjamins that play a big part in this, and I want to go talk to Bruce because this is he's lived it all.
Well, we want to thank you for keeping this sport alive. That's you do a lot for this sport, and I'm sure you don't get thanked enough, but we really appreciate it all.
Standing here with you is thanks enough, Ronnie.
Thank you very much.
All right, so let's go see if we can find Bruce. Now, where's Bruce? Bruce, get over here. This ain't how we usually do it. Usually I make Travis come over and we sit, but
we should.
No, we shouldn't, because, when I talked to you right after this race on the front stretch, it was unbelievable the amount of emotion was in you, the tears, your voice cracking. I mean, what does this race mean to you?
It means everything. I mean, there's only 4 people ever won this race 3 times, and he's one of them.
That is and you can hear it now still in you. I mean, you've
be 6 months down the road, I'll be doing the same thing.
Oh Jesus! But this is
it's just the way it is,
and it's family.
This is what we do.
It's family because you don't just talk at the shop. You're family. You guys see each other at the stores. You guys see the holidays.
We try to figure out what happened all week.
Yeah, no, exactly.
That's it.
But no, this is so big, and to have Travis on, steering the car and you on the radio, and you're such a calm voice, and that's needed. Not tonight.
Not on the inside, I can tell you that.
No, you're churning, but
maybe on the radio it was, but yeah. I knew he could do it. I knew, he's got.
What were those last 12 laps like for you?
I just waiting for it to be over. I knew he had that good restart on the end there, and I said, well, nothing's going to stop him. Caden was here. He was just ready. He needed that. We needed that win because all year we've just been down, and he's worked so hard. Oh my God, it's crazy. It's just the hours that all these guys put in. Ryan, Kyle. I mean, they're there all the time. Mikey, these guys, Peter's stuff. These guys deserved that.
No,
They've
absolutely.
been 3 or 4 years here. This is the one you want to win.
Close before, and Wayne Hellebelle took it away from you guys.
And could have been
but
4.
Ain't nobody taking tonight's, huh?
Nobody took it tonight. They weren't gonna.
All right, that's Bruce Benjamin, the calming voice that keeps it all together. Maybe he wasn't tonight, but pretty excited spotter there. So now I want to catch up with the unsung hero.
Yeah.
I know you hate this, Ryan. Yeah, big guy. I had to get somebody on here that now filled the Ryan. You've done it 3 times. You know what I mean? And I bet there's still people, when they read and talk about this race tomorrow, and if somebody says Ryan Ledbetter, they're going to say, who?
That's exactly right.
They're going to say, who? You're so, Jesus, you're so unsung, and you're quick to give credit, and you got good people with you.
Well,
and
that's exactly. It's not, I haven't won this. We won this, and Kyle and Travis brought Kyle into the shop this year, and he's worked really hard. And we picked Nate back up to put him back on our team, another trusted person. We got Mike and Steve and Scott and a lot of people, the same faces. We had to start another team over. Mark and Todd, comes when he can, but Mark and Todd left the team this year for the most part. I mean, Todd comes when he can, but we've had to kind of put it all back together, and it's taken a little while to do it. And Mark, used to do a lot of this work himself, and he did a fantastic job. But we had to pick the pieces up and try to figure out how to try to get back where we were. And Peter's given us he stood behind us, and he's let us have the time to do that. And the Nate today with the tires, and I think that was a big thing with this weekend was tires. And we made some adjustments at the end. I didn't think that we could beat these guys straight up, and we did a little strategy in the pits, and that seemed to work. He really took off after we came in the second time.
Oh no, you beat him, bud. You beat him, and like you said, you merged two groups. You merged Peter's group. You merged your old guys, and first and foremost, you guys never took the fun out of racing. Even though when you might be finishing a couple laps down, not a threat to win, not a threat to take home a trophy, there was still a lot of laughter, a lot of. I mean, you want to get better, but you realize you still got to have fun.
Yeah, you can't do this and have fun. I mean, I know there's a lot of paid people that do this, but we try to do it, and I think Peter does it as a hobby. It's not his business, and we want to have fun. He wants to have fun, and we made some changes, and hopefully we're working in the right direction for that. So.
Dude, you just won the Oxford 250. Don't tell me hopefully, dude.
This team, this team, even the 17, and I'm not trying to take away Peter, but even the 17 team, we've done very well at extended lap races. I think Travis has got 5 250s under his belt now. Up in Canada, he's got a couple. And it takes a lot to put that together, too. It's easier, I think, to get one set and beat everybody. But when you start strategizing races, that's when it gets a little more fun to us, I think, with tires or how you do things and how you're going to beat the next guy, even though you might not be the best car. So that's what we take pride in, and we love going after the bigger ones like this. So,
and you did it. So we got to congratulate Travis Benjamin, Benjamin Motorsports, the whole group, Peter Pettit Racing. I mean, it don't get no bigger than winning this race once.
It's a hell of a team.
Once. You've done it 3 times. This group has done it 3 times, and that's pretty special. And we congratulate all you guys, and it's been fun over here. Still a crowd hanging around. Peter's already gone to work, he said. I'm sure he ain't gone to work. But
going to work on something.
Going to work on something. Yeah, he was. He wanted to make sure I just talked about the racing stories. But anytime anybody wants to know the other stuff, I'll tell them. And but no, it's been. Peter's a good friend of mine, and like I said, I was trembling for him because I know how important this race is. For everybody involved.
It's made this year. We've been the low of lows this year, and to come back and do this is just. It's unbelievable to even, it doesn't seem like it could happen, and it has. So.
No, it absolutely has. So we hope you guys all enjoyed this week's episode, Mainly Motorsports, as we finish right here at Pettit Motorsports, right here at the trailer with the whole team, all the guys celebrating the win in the 46th Annual Oxford 250. So congratulations to all you guys.